In this video you will learn how to refute the Elephant Gambit. After the moves e4, e5. White can play knight f3, developing the king's knight and attacking the e5 pawn. Now, black can respond with d5, the Elephant Gambit. Black does not defend his e5 pawn but instead occupies the center with his pawns and counterattacks against the e4 pawn. This is a move that may surprise many beginners, but in this video you will see that it is very easy to refute. Now, white can capture on e5 or d5. Both options are good, but the easiest option is probably to capture the e5 pawn with the knight. Normally, in the open games, if black does not defend his e5 pawn, it is best for white to capture the e5 pawn directly. If black now captures the e4 pawn, white can play bishop c4, developing the king's bishop and attacking the f7 pawn. Black can try queen g5 attacking the knight and the g2 pawn. But white plays bishop takes f7 check. And after, for example, king e7. White plays d4, defending his knight, and the black queen is attacked. After queen takes g2. White simply plays rook f1 and has the advantage. After knight takes e5, the best option for black is bishop d6, developing the king's bishop and attacking the opponent's knight. White can play d4, occupying the center with his pawns and defending his knight. Black can play d takes e4, regaining the pawn. White can play bishop c4, developing the king's bishop into a good diagonal and threatening to capture on f7. After bishop takes e5. Now white can make the intermediate move queen h5, which threatens checkmate on f7 and maintains the attack on the opponent's bishop. In this way, white avoids the premature exchange of queens. If black now plays queen takes d4. White plays queen takes f7 check. And after king d8. White plays queen f8 check, and after king d7. White plays bishop takes g8 and is much better off. If black plays queen e7 to avoid mate, white can play queen takes e5, capturing the bishop and regaining the material. Black can exchange queens, and after d takes e5. Black can play knight c6, developing the queen's knight and threatening to capture the e5 pawn. White can play knight c3, developing the knight and attacking the e4 pawn. After knight takes e5, the white bishop is attacked. White can simply respond with bishop b3 and the e4 pawn is still threatened. After, for example, bishop f5, to defend the pawn. White can play bishop f4, completing the development of his minor pieces and attacking the opponent's knight and the c7 pawn. White can continue with moves like knight b5, long castling, etc. and has the advantage. After the move queen h5, black can play queen f6, to avoid the threat of checkmate. White can play d takes e5, recovering the piece and attacking the opponent's queen. Black can play queen f5, with the idea of exchanging queens. After queen takes f5, bishop takes f5. White can play knight c3 and can continue with moves like bishop f4, long castling, etc. and has a very good game. In the following video we are going to study a very illustrative game in which we will see how white can continue and easily win the game.